No snow on the road, so we're biking from the winter to the summer trailhead, heading to the Dix range. I wouldn't say it made it a lot easier, but it was a lot quicker biking from Clear Pond to the trailhead at Elk Lake. Our first impediment. Oh, don't trip him.
Happens.
Whoa. This could be a wet day. We've made it to Slide Brook. Next stop is the trail to Macomb Slide. Obstruction on the path. Hey, here we are, starting the Macomb Slide. I have two things to say. One, it's taken us 3 hours to get to the base of the Macomb Slide, including our bike ride through the mud. Second thing I want to say is that I'm happy that we are on the correct slide. Because 2 years ago when we did this, we went up an alternate slide, ending nowhere.
Hiking up the slippery slope.
Still just a little bit of winter left on this slide. It is a slog. But we're starting to get views. I think that's the Great Range out there. I think we're making some progress. But it's not fast. There it is, the Great Range. I think Skylight, Marcy the biggest. Then comes Haystack, Basin, two little nubbins are Saddleback. And here comes John. We are getting near the end of the slide, we hope. And it's pretty steep. We've been hiking above the slide for about 20 minutes through the woods, and it's a tight squeeze for Mike. Shouldn't have had that cheese Danish. Hallelujah. We made it. Summit. From the top of Macomb, that's Clear Pond, where we parked our car, and then biked all the way to Elk Lake, from which we hiked to the bottom of the Macomb Slide, somewhere down that way, on the trail to the Coal to SouthDix. Mike has just had a pretty good post hole. He's about 10 feet in, and I think his conclusion that we might need the snowshoes is not a bad one. The trail is getting less obvious. Whoa. It's not been easy to follow, but I found a clue, and here it is, some sawed-off branches. So we must be going in the right direction.
All right.
Or somebody sawed off the wrong tree. So we made it to the base of SouthDix. John heading up SouthDix, aka Carson. Even SouthDix has a little snow for us. Just follow my post holes and you'll find me. Whoa. Guys, welcome to SouthDix. So it's 12:50. We're on the top of SouthDix. Time for a view from the east side of SouthDix. Next stop, over the ridge, Grace Peak. On our way to Grace. The snow spine is getting tough to follow. Little bushwhack there. snowshoes back on. Very good. We did in fact reach the col, and now we're climbing up. John on Dixes. And Mike joining.
Coming up to the top of Grace.
Yahoo!
A little icy. Oh.
Watch your head on this.
Oh.
I think we gotta be getting close to the top of SouthDix again. And here's our next herd path. Destination Hough. And before we get to Hough, we got to go over this little nubbin called Puff. Giant and rocky peak in the distance. And this is a little steep pitch. Well, we are definitely in the col. We think this is the trail to Hough. And we're hoping that this is the trail to Lillian Brook, which is going to be our escape route. Finally, heading up Hough. Speaking of huffing, we are approaching something that we're hoping is the top. Where are we, guys?
On the top of Hough.
Hough. Look what enthusiasm. The good news is we made it to Hough. The bad news is we have a good 4 or 5 hours to head out. And I sure hope we can find a Lillian Brook herd path.
Before the sun goes down.
That corn of Dix. We won't be visiting that today. Tricky place down here. There we go. That little valley down there, I think is going to be Lillian Brook. Our way out of here. And that's where we have to go, that pond way out there. It's going to be very dark at that point. We made it to the col. We think, we hope that this is the trail to Lillian Brook. Post holes notwithstanding. So we're not 100% sure that we're on the right trail, so we backtracked a little bit. Okay, second attempt. This looks a little bit better. So they probably all go down the same spot. Hopefully to Lillian Brook. And of course, the Lillian Brook trail would not be complete without the brook. Okay, good job. John is definitely the most daring of us. It was a big jump. He did it without trouble. Good job, John. It's 7:35 and we're losing daylight. It took us a good 2.5 hours on that Lillian Brook herd path. This is a long day.
9:40 p.m. John is ready for a nap. All right, we'll get the bike.